This episode is brought to you by the 10th Annual Whistleblower Summit and Film Festival. The Whistleblower Summit and Film Festival brings together filmmakers from around the globe to share the impactful and harrowing corruption cases that span industries and governments alike. Led by whistleblower, documentarian, author, and Make It podcast guest Michael McCrae, the Whistleblower Summit and Film Festival screens the work of these brave filmmakers and helps them navigate the often lonely and dangerous world of the whistleblower. And this year will be no different. With more films, forums, breakouts, and panels than ever, this year's summit is poised to be the best of them all. And it begins on July 22nd and runs through July 31st, 2022. And registration and tickets to this year's festival can be purchased at www.whistleblowersummit.com. That's WHISTLEBLOWERSUMMIT.com. So whistleblowersummit.com. And registration is entirely free. So I'll say that again. Registration is completely free. With all the screenings and panels being virtual, the barriers to getting involved are all but removed. So again, go to www.whistleblowersummit.com to register for free, and you won't regret it. Again, www.whistleblowersummit.com, and join us at the Make It podcast and Bonsai Creative in attending what is rapidly becoming the most important festival in the United States for the cause of liberty. That's www.whistleblowersummit.com to register free today. This episode is also brought to you by Indie Insights. Indie Insights is our bi-weekly newsletter and love note to the film industry, movies, and the creatives that make them, not to mention you, our esteemed listeners. Inside, you'll find curated industry trends, articles, exclusive commentary, and underappreciated films from filmmakers like you worldwide. And the best part is that it's completely free. So join today at www.bonsai.film. That's BONSAI.film, FILM. So www.bonsai.film. It takes just a few seconds. And once you sign up, you'll get the very next newsletter on Friday morning. It's that simple. Go to www.bonsai.film to get Indie Insights, our bi-weekly newsletter, and join a network of film creatives like yourself. And don't worry, we'll never sell your information or spam you with a bunch of nonsense emails, just the bi-weekly film industry goodness that you need. And if you ever tire of Indie Insights, simply unsubscribe. No gimmicks, no games. So go to www.bonsai.film to get Indie Insights for free. This is Mistakes in the Making.
Hi, I'm Korby Lenker, and I'm here to talk about mistakes. Let's see, this mistake, this was really just about an inability to sustain my career as I saw it across time. And this is how it all happened. I played music for a very long time, and I came up in the Pacific Northwest, first in Idaho, and then I went to school in a little town outside of Seattle. Was up there for about 10 years, and I'd been making records and touring from there. And then I got the itch to come to the big town here in Nashville, and did that in probably the spring of 2007. And very promptly, everything, all the gas ran out. All of a sudden, I was I've realized, wow, 2,000 miles away from your fan base, you're in a town where there's a lot of really talented people. Nobody cares about you, young man. And it became painfully clear that I was going to have to get a job. And I had been just doing music full time for a long time. And so that kind of hurt my feelings, firstly. And because I had this idea of who I was and what I was worth, right? The other painful part was I had no marketable skills, I think that's what they might call that. And so I ended up getting a job parking cars at a hotel here in downtown Nashville, a job that I had for about 3.5-4 years while I really regrouped. So we're talking not like 3 or 4 months. This is years of my life in my early 30s when I was precisely kind of at that point where I was like, am I going to keep doing this? Or do I need to go with a plan B? Because it's been a pretty good run, but there's not really a lot of signs saying continue forward. So during that time while I was parking cars, after I got over the sort of my preconceived notions and the disappointment of that, it really changed my life in the best possible way, in a way that I could not have expected. And here's why. Is it, firstly, all of a sudden I had all this time, and, you know, all I had to do was show up on time, punch the clock, park the cars, don't crash the cars. And then I'd go home, and it wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to pay my rent. And then whenever I wasn't doing that, I could just do whatever else. And I didn't have so much momentum in Nashville that I had like people waiting for me, or, you know, like a team around me. So like, this is what you do now. Once you start getting a team around you, you got to feed that team, and they're going to kind of want everything to hover around the same thing. And that's like a good thing, but it is limiting if you're a creative person. So anyway, I had none of that. And so what did I do with my time is I got into film. I learned how to run Final Cut Pro, and I bought a little Canon D7D, and learned how to use it. And then I started shooting a video series of my musician friends, just free of charge, because I just wanted to learn how to do it. And I did that for those 2 or 3 years between when things kind of got going for me musically. And then once that started happening, I started touring again, all of that stuff. I had this whole other skill set that I would never have had. And also a new interest and a confidence in making content and being creative with storytelling with a totally new medium. And indirectly, that's what led me to where I'm at today, where I just got off tour yesterday. I'm in the middle of working on filming a short next month. I'm in the closing stages for my television pilot, Morse Code, that we're going to be wrapping up inside of a few weeks now. And we're going to be working on selling that to a major streaming platform. And my life is so much more interesting now, given these new outlets and opportunities, than it ever would have been if I hadn't run out of gas when I moved to Nashville and had to hit the brakes and really drop out of my career as I saw it for quite a long time. So I hope that's encouraging for you guys, because you just don't know where life is going to take you. And I think that the number one thing you should do is stay curious, and as much as you can, stay passionate about what it is that you're curious about. You can find me on Instagram, Korby. My website, Korby Lenker, though I'm kind of the only Korby in the phone book still, so I'm pretty easy to find. And I also launched a new platform on Instagram for my reading interests, and it's called Korby's Book Club. That's the handle. Otherwise, I'll see you out there for the shows.
You've been listening to Mistakes in the Making. If you have your own mistake that you've made while in the film industry and you want to let others know so they don't make the same mistake, reach out to us at contact@bonsai.film and we'll take it from there. You can also reach out to us on social media at _Bonsai Creative on Instagram and Twitter. And you can search for us on YouTube and Facebook by searching for Bonsai Creative. You can also visit our website where we have industry insights and links to all of our podcasts and so much more at www.bonsai.film. And thank you for listening.